Sagittarius.
Hello everyone, I have an announcement to make before we get on with this month's forecast, and we have some exciting news. We've developed what we call the audioscopes, and this is coming in addition to what you get here on YouTube. There are YouTube videos outlined what you can expect and when, outlines the dates and so forth. The audioscopes though, they go a little bit deeper into the material and what you can expect emotionally, spiritually, and how to roll with the energies and the influences coming in the current months. So you can check it out for your convenience. I'm putting down the link right here and also down in the description area so that you can find it there on the home page. Now these audioscopes run approximately 15 minutes. Sagittarius, this is your August forecast for 2013. And we have a rough month in some ways and a great month in other ways. So this month is going to be a little up and down. There's going to be a few challenges here, which we'll be talking about. And this is where astrology really helps to be a little forewarned though. Not that they're really big waves, but yes, there is a few confrontations. But let's start off with the beginning of the month, which actually looks like it could be very inspiring. Venus and Mars are going to do the dance hand in hand. For you guys looking for love, there could be new love coming in. Great time to find a partner. Or if you're already in a relationship, well, see, this is a time where the two of you can really thrive. And not only that, but both Venus and Mars are each in their own aspect in Chiron. So there is a feeling of healing, something old wounds or something not necessarily pertaining of old things that's happened between the two of you. It could be something way back in time, but where this union between the two of you, whatever it is you're doing or saying, expressing, sharing in these couple of first days, it might just help to take some of the scab off and lay new skin on an old wound. So really nice way to start the month. Then we have some unexpected news coming in on the 4th. This is from your 9th house. And let me see, Uranus in your 5th house. So whatever that news is, it has to do with something that's fun. It's playful. Uranus is in the 5th house of self-expression and creative new concepts, for example. You might think up or come with some genius flash of how to bring yourself out into the world, because the sun is in the 9th house and that is far away regions. It's reaching out there, and the 5th house is reaching out with something original, which Uranus is. And it could be quite creative. So if there's a creative new project, fantastic, go with it. This has wings and can fly in time. But right now, since this the sun and Uranus is happening on the 4th, you have the new moon on the 6th, right next to the sun in the same place, giving this aspect also to Uranus. So we know, and we've been talking about the new moon here for months now, how important it is to plant those seeds. It's like a vision board. What you plant here in this area this month will have long-lasting effects throughout the whole year until next summer. So this is your time to actually make these affirmations, which is nothing else but promises to self, higher self, that this is what I'm going to do. And since it has to do with creativity, the promise or the affirmation may be something along the lines of, I'm going to take off time from my busy, hectic life to actually sit down a little bit, whether it's once a week or once a month, to sit down, be creative, and work on this project to expand it step by step. Because this whatever concept, it may not be able to manifest all at once. It needs follow-up. So be good about that to make that affirmation on the 6th, and you will not regret it. Then we have a little bit, this first challenge of the month, it's on the 7th. And it is between Jupiter and Pluto, which for you will be between the 2nd and the 8th house. So it has to do with money. There might be something you have counted on, reckoned that would be coming in, that's not coming in, or something that you need to adjust, because it's kind of tied in also to other people's money. Okay, the 8th house is other people's, and then yours, your own income. And of course, it kind of comes in as a little bit, I won't say as a shock because it's not Uranian. It could have been something that you've been feeling as an anticipation. In that case, move on it. Take whatever steps you can early in the month to see if you can adjust this up so you don't come into that bind here on the 7th. Now, Mercury is going to move into fiery Leo on the 8th, and this will help you to actually state your cause, because where this tug of war financially is going on with you between the 2nd and the 8th, Mercury has been stuck there for the last up to nearly 8 weeks in the sign of Cancer, because at first it was moving slow because it was slowing down, then it retrograded, then it took time after it went direct again to start picking up speed. So it's been tying you into this financial dilemma maybe the last couple of months, but now it's going to pick up speed. You're going to move into this 9th house with it on the 8th. This is the day after the dilemma. The 9th house is ruled by Jupiter, which is your ruler. And Jupiter and Sagittarius is all about truth, honesty, dignity, loyalty, those things that the courts rule, justice. So if you feel something has been done unjust to you, this Mercury is going to shoot its bust here on the 8th, give you that extra oomph, because it's moving into your house, which you rule, and with the fire and passion of Leo. So somebody should not mess with you these days. And it's going to linger a little bit. It's not going to, turn around immediately, because your Mercury is going to butt heads with Saturn, which is karma. It's people in authority. So if it has to do with your bosses or whatever it is, or whoever owes you money or should have paid something, there's going to be a bit of a tug of war. And I see how your Mercury is standing your ground, making fair what should be fair. But then again, the Saturn is in your 12th house. So it's kind of karmic, okay? And especially if you've seen that this is something that has had a repetitive cycle, well then look at the cycle. Yes, it may be them that's in the wrong at this time, but if it's a repetitive cycle, ask yourself, why does this keep coming back around? Then look to your Saturn in the 12th and figure it out. What can you do there? Because that's where you want to focus. You can change this situation for now, but if you don't, that's only the symptom. But if you don't get the roots of it, Sagittarius, this is going to come back around and bite you in the butt as long as that Saturn is in Scorpio. In your house of karma, it's going to be there for 2 more years. Okay, so we're going to talk more about that both here on the video tubes, also on the audio scopes, how to work with this Saturn in Scorpio in your 12th house, because it is a workout. 2 years you're going to be working through this. However, excuse me, it's allergies. Working straight through here, this chapter. So from the 7th to 11th, difficulties on the 14th though, looks like you're going to have a bright idea, a flash of some instantaneous genius. This will be between your 9th house and your 5th house. Just like we were saying that the Sun and Uranus were going to have this on the 4th, now Mercury's catching up to it, and you're seeing some potential that you can actually grab onto and make work for you, and actually become a part of the solution of whatever this conflict from the 7th is at. Venus is currently touring your 10th house of career, Sagittarius, so that is very highly, situated there, top of your chart, and really tuning in, wanting to find the best way that you can work, harmoniously. And especially when Venus moves into its sign that it rules, which is Libra, here on the 16th, it should start alleviating on some level but not really just alleviating, it's more implementing more of other people's mindsets. It's like this Venus is now going to go out into this group of people that you can collaborate with, work with, be inspired from. You yourself getting some great ideas because the 11th house is ruled by Uranus. And that's that instantaneous flash knowledge and original ideas coming in. And I love that blend of Venus and Uranus because it's exciting. It's not rigid, it's not old, it's flashy, it's new. The concepts are great, and it balances also because it's in Libra. So yeah, you're going to love this transit of Venus here in this area. And then we have here on the 23rd, well, you know, the little thing that went on there last week, it might still kind of rear its little head up there, asking you what you're going to do about it, or kind of just maybe also rechecking on whatever solution you brought to the table on the 14th might be tested or tried on the 20th, 21st. And I see whatever that's doing is going to alleviate some of the pressure. You might feel the pressure, but it's going to also start healing because Jupiter is moving forward pretty quick. It's not going to stick around for long. So through that pressure, something is going to split, and that may start opening up this door of the Jupiter gifts that it's going to be bringing to you, Sagittarius. See, Jupiter right now has moved into your 8th house, and that's the house of intimacy. There's a lot of intensity. It's a Scorpion house. It's going to be digging deeply into those things that you value. It's in the sign of Cancer, which is all about nurturing, how you nurtured and want to be nurtured. But yeah, I'm sorry, I had a phone call come in there. But yes, it's all about how you want to be nurtured and how you can nurture. That is what Jupiter in Cancer is all about. And I'm also seeing how there is a deepening spiritually for you to want to move into areas where you can really find essence of what it is you believe, of where you want to be, where you're growing towards. And it's like you're going to be preparing here this year of a huge expansion taking place for you next year. So this year is going to be quite exciting in the way that you're going to be transforming, because a lot of you Sagittarians will find the point of transformation here. And I'd say probably just over these next few months. We'll get into it here in September and then in October as well. But this Jupiter is going to go over this point of Pluto. You will have a feeling of it here already. And it's the one that we talked about there on the 7th. Jupiter wants to expand something. Pluto wants to transform something. You might feel very agitated with this first connection. But then again, look at it as a positive, because what it is doing is Jupiter hasn't been in this area for 12 years, okay? So 12 years ago, when it transited here, well, Pluto wasn't there. Pluto was a different place, so you still didn't get what it's doing now. But the potential, and you know how I always like to look at the upside of things, right? Yes, there is a negative, because it's really butting heads with energies here. And that crescendo may cause that chaos, but chaos always comes before new order. Okay, so you might come to a point of this crescendo, bringing things up to a very conscious level of that now something's got to give. And in this awareness that's taking place, you know, Jupiter is going to pass it. You'll get through it. But you know, Jupiter's between now and then going to retrograde, come back and do it again. And by then, you have already found something new, because now you know subconsciously that it's coming. And then by the end of next year, you will see how this area of your life has transformed big ways. You know, you may be making money and commissions and expanding. And I'm thinking about this creative project that's kind of lurking here for you. This might be what's driving this project up here, where you can really start making very good money, Sagittarius. So, but yeah, you've worked hard and you've been up against all these tests and trials. So it's like you really, really do deserve a break, and it is, I promise, coming. This month, though, you will be tested on some of your new concepts. So stand your ground. That is what this time is all about. Mercury has been here for several weeks. It's going to be moving out. So you can really take hold of that energy and start communicating what it is you see. And you can do that with a sense of power and authority, which is going to be good. Then we have a good talk through here, end of the month, 26th. And this is because of some kind of miscommunication taking place on the 25th. Mercury and Neptune, when they're opposite, they don't do too well. Neptune can be deceptive, not necessarily intentionally, like with intentional lies, but it can be deceptive in the sense that it's portraying something that's not really there. And it can be muddled, you know, like fog. So whoever's communicating here with you, whether it's them or it's you, something's going to be misunderstood with a consequence from it following through on the 26th. 27th, it's like, okay, now we got to fix this. So, but you're going to have a good, conscious talk through on the 26th. Mercury's in a great aspect to your Saturn. They're in the 12th house. So that will give you more of an aligned mind to kind of consciously be aware, be awake, and know each word you're saying and each word you're taking in. That's what this is about, and especially because that Saturn is in the 12th house, which is a Neptunian house, so we got a little Neptune going on there. But you'll figure it. So that's the third part of the month. That's a little difficult. But then we have Mars moving into the 9th house, which is your ruler. So you should start seeing that there might be a lot of more trips coming up for you. You're going to be a little back and forth, and especially next year when Jupiter goes in there, you'll have the very long distance travels coming up. But for now, I see you to and fro and a little bit around everywhere, enjoying yourself, because it's in the sign of Leo, which is heartfelt. It's the playful inner child. And so you will have a beautiful August in so many ways. And feeling by the end of the month that you have obtained and embraced new things, and feeling really good about yourself and the way you've dealt with whatever it is that's coming up here for you in August. So these audio scopes talk a little bit more about how to deal with it, not just what is coming up, but how to deal with it emotionally and also spiritually. Do want to mention here at the end of the month, your full moon is on August 20th, and for you it is going to be in your 3rd house. So that might be a very nice day to go out and about, short trip, harvest in something there. It could be with siblings. It is 3rd house, which rules siblings, and doing something that's special, because your 3rd house ruler here is Aquarius, which is Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. So something out of the ordinary could be fun to do. Some kind of experiment or exploration might be in its place. So that's what we have for you, Sagittarius. I wish you a very good August, and do go listen to your moon sign and your rising sign, and I will see you again next month.